Hey everybody, welcome to Solving Your Stress mini series where I'm here to answer your questions to help you live a less stressed lifestyle and give you a better quality of life. It's where I take your questions that you submitted to me on stress. And this is the fourth week that we're doing it. We're taking question number 3. So the first week was kind of an intro to what we're doing here. And just to recap, last week we talked about how lack of sleep can increase your stress. And yes, that's very true that, the less sleep we get, the more irritable we are, the more we tend to snap. And research shows, not Sam's research, just in general, research shows that the less sleep you get, the less high functioning brain waves and the quality of your ability to think, it gets greatly diminished. So sleep is very important as it relates to living a better quality lifestyle and certainly a less stress-filled life. So make sure that you're getting adequate sleep. If you have any specific questions about that last broadcast here, just hit me up on this video. And so this week is a very specific question, and what I want to do first is review the basic tenets, which I say I heard these words, I have my own words, but for this, but the words from my veteran friends in that community really resonated, and I want to bring them to you because they're super practical, that when we're faced with stress or overwhelm, because that's generally the path that it takes, we get stressed out by something and it leads to a feeling of overwhelm, is we need to take a step back first from the situation, take a breath, what I like to term detach. And then what we need to do is look at the tasks that we're trying to accomplish. Look what's on our plate, if you will. And we need to do the next thing. So we need to prioritize. And then we do that first thing that you said, okay, this is the first thing that I need to do, followed by the second thing. So detach, prioritize, and the do is execute. So do that number one thing. So with that, I'm going to read the question because it's super detailed, and you're probably noticing that I'm in a different place today doing this video. So I'm in a fun place because I find that taking breaks during my workday and maybe even relocating to do some work is fun. And I find this guy right here, Mr. Snoopy. He makes me smile, and I'm actually in my son's room, and so we've got this one got a little glare on it, but Snoopy's got a big smile. And then this one is just like Snoopy wants to give a huge hug. So shoot, if you get anything out of this video, let Snoopy give you some smiles and some big hugs today. All right, so with that, I'm actually gonna read the question, because like I said, it's quite detailed. And let's see, this person asks, how can I not let stress get to me when my mom lives with me and I have 2 very narcissistic, controlling siblings that are constantly criticizing and telling me what to do? Wow, I just need to take a breath after reading that. Well, first of all, I think you need to give yourself a pat on the back for being of service to your mom. Life comes full circle. It throws things at us that we sometimes least expect. So the fact that you're taking care of mom, bravo to you. I know from talking to a lot of people that can be seriously stressful as well. There's lots that goes into sharing a household with your parent, because you never expect to find yourself in that situation, and it certainly makes matters worse when you have family members that are controlling and criticizing from afar, not being really involved. Well, after I just say congratulations and bravo to you, giving yourself a pat on your back. I don't want this to come off, as demeaning or callous or, the cause certainly of more stress. But you also put yourself in this situation. You're allowing yourself, sounds like you're being bullied a little bit by your family. So you're allowing this to go on. Sometimes the hardest thing we have to do is to deal with that family dynamic. And with that becomes, again, the detach, prioritize, and execute. It's causing you stress. It's having an effect on your health. And I'm pretty sure because you live with your mom that it's flowing over into that. And then you've got a reverse effect with your mom feeling stressed out and it's flowing back to you. So I propose a question and a thought is, what if you just decided to not take it anymore? You're the one calling the shots with your mom because you live with her. And you are not a doormat and you don't deserve to be treated like one. But if it's a continuous cycle, you're allowing it to happen. And it's up to you to put that kind of behavior to rest. And at first it might cause more of a rift, more stress, if you will. But again, this is your life. This is your ability to live a better quality life for yourself, one that is filled with less stress. And again, that first question we asked about stress in the home, how do we keep it out? Man, you gotta pick your battles, you gotta solve your problems, and you gotta stand up to the people that are creating the stress in your life. You gotta take personal responsibility. To quote one of the guys that I just love out there, extreme ownership, baby. So you've got to be the one to step up, to have the difficult conversations with your siblings, to tell them no more, that if you'd like to call and call me with positive feedback and suggestions and a willingness to be understanding about the situation, then we can have a conversation. But if you're just going to call to criticize, yeah, that's not going to happen. And I know it sounds like what I just laid out is easy to say. But I've been there. And to share something very personal, my father used to do that to me. And it seemed like I couldn't even, get a kind word. And it had a very big effect on me to the point where I had to cut off communications. Now, I didn't know about his mental illness at the time, but that didn't excuse his behavior towards me, and towards my family. I'm not going to get more personal with naming names and such. So for me, I had to have that difficult conversation. And lay down the ground rules for us to have a civil life together. And he couldn't produce that. And so I was estranged from my father for a very long time. We did finally come back together. We made amends. And, time or lack of time is the best teacher, because I only got about a year, less than that, out of our newly formed relationship, because he died of cancer. So gotta lay down the ground rules, got to take care of yourself, and it's hard, but you gotta have that conversation, and then you have to see whether or not they're going to fall in line. And maybe they will, and maybe they won't, but it's the only way that you're going to break the cycle of them criticizing and trying to control you. And maybe they don't even realize that they're doing it. So you telling them is the best thing to help them understand, hey, what you're doing is very hurtful. And I'm not saying have a confrontation with them. I'm suggesting a conversation with them where everybody is civilized, if you will, and can come to the table objectively and be helpful. Because you only have your family. Okay, you only have your friends and family in the end. And the last thing I want is for you to continue to lose time, which is what happened in my case. And I have a lot of clients that have also been in the same situation where, you know, they become estranged because there isn't a peaceful conversation that is allowed to be had. And hello, Lucy. So, yeah, she senses the stress right now, right? So it's not easy. It is not an easy thing to handle. But again, it's something that must be handled for the sake of your physicality and your ability to live the best life that you know how to live. So I hope that helps you, the person that asked the question. And I have a feeling that there's some other people that, would have had the same question for sure. And I hope this benefited y'all as well. If you're enjoying this mini series, go on and give me a like and follow me so you'll be notified each week as we go live with answering your questions. Again, these are the questions that you sent to me that you wanted to know the answers to. So again, I hope that helps. And don't forget those 3 tenets: the detach, prioritize, and execute, because they work with everything. So I wish you well, and it's time to have that conversation with your family. You deserve it for yourself. Your mom certainly deserves it, and I'm hoping that everything works out well for your situation. So until next week, guys, this was a great question. Thank you for being so specific with it. I'm here every week bringing your questions live here on Facebook to answer them. A lot of them are difficult, and you deserve to live a stress-free and very high quality life. So until next time, Sam out.